Be in the present. He was so present all the time. Join the army. Of course, I'll join the army.
Or you can't be more present than this, like when you're stepping on shit.
Nope. And just say, well, it happened.
It happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And asking the question, how is it for me?
What?
How is it for me? Like stepping on shit.
How it is for you?
Yeah.
No different than it is for me.
Boy, it might
A little,
be.
squ- a
Because
little
like
squishy, maybe sliding a little in it.
but it might be like a different feeling buried inside when things happen like that.
Oh, that
Right? Some
depends.
people can be angry, some people can be sad, some people can be fearful.
Yeah, but then they've taken it personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why like what if this happened to trigger or like to almost like dig out an emotion that hasn't been felt before completely and needs to
Ooh.
be dissolved.
Mm.
What if all unwanted experience or like that?
Mm. You're going deep today, Pascal.
I guess I'm using my mind.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Dangerous.
Or the heart, I don't know, or one of the two, or a combination of two.
Ooh.
We add components and the complexity increases.
Yeah.
Structures are compounded. Fundamentals and basics work really multiply. And we're trying to explain it. With little words.
But what if like the thing we think it's complex or actually very simple?
Then we don't value it. Until we've experienced it.
Yeah.
So that's how you know people are there. So really focusing on the is yesterday. Being is doing. It's like the isness. That is means something.
It's the combination that's creation.
Yeah. It's like that is our power.
Oh. In a simple way, you can say, being, I'm hungry, doing, eating.
That's right. That's simple.
Like you said, being is inside, doing is outside. So being hungry is inside, eating is outside, in.
Yeah. We don't see people hungry. Well, sorry, we do.
So we can't see that they're really hungry. You can see that they're
Yeah,
starving, but you can't
yes,
see when you go into a society that's right around the corner. You can't see, hey, that guy's hungry. That guy's
that's
full.
right.
That guy's hungry.
Yeah, that's right. We only see the action of it of like, oh, people at the restaurant waiting for their food are hungry.
Yeah.
We perceive it from our experience. But it's that being, yeah, it's inside, which means it's harder to find, share, uh, drives the whole doing. It's like the motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And work has been trying to capture that for years. They call it motivation. But I think it's a being. a being problem.
Yeah, most people are not present before taking action.
I could call that automatic.
Yeah.
And then we got to where we were yesterday by not being, just doing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not hungry. Oh, food, I'm still gonna eat.
Yeah. It's like the being gets quieted, gets disciplined, gets defeated, and is like pulled down the river in a raft, right behind the boat, right?
Yeah. It's downstream.
Yeah.
Not
It's given up. Aware of being and doing is present. It is what we're aware of in the present. I mean, if we think of the range between our desires and our fears, right? The space between those, the triggers between them, there's so much space between that. The importance of the space between the meanings.
And that's the unknown.
Yeah, good one. Unknown. That's right. Unknown, unseen, unaware of. And not to avoid them, like as we go to the unknowns, we could be afraid, right? There could be a fear, but all we're doing is acknowledging the fear, accepting it, bringing it along rather than pushing it away.
Yeah. Be present with the fear.
Yeah. Up here, yes, stand with. How much judger would you say society has in a
Oh,
percentage?
barely none, barely none.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Yoda's vote. I hear sarcasm in it.
Uh, yeah, it's judging. Holy, like in terms of population or like in terms of like percentage of your thoughts of each individual or
Ooh, good twist. Like how I was thinking of it would be like how often are people judging, like in the space of judging. and and like not aware of it. Let's put it that way.
mm,
I mean, the best way I can answer that is for myself before, right? So the space between. um, yeah, I bet it's 90%, if not 99%.
yeah. I mean, now I catch myself,
Yeah, right.
right? But yeah, like I'm aware now, but like I still judge,
Hmm.
right? Judge myself, judge others,
Yes.
judge, right? If I'm
And
totally honest with myself, yeah, sure, maybe.
no, yeah, and a judger has a different feel. My feeling for Judger is um, uh, lesser than. So like to defeat really is my Judger is to bring down, to tear down. So that is what my Judger does.
One place the judge are really awakened is when you put on the next suit called the car. Oh my God, it's always somebody else's fault.
It is. It is. Have you
That,
realized
that
that?
that fills up the rest of the space, right? You know, that one fills up the rest of the space.
Oh, it fills up really quickly too.
Mhm.
Yeah, have you seen
And
the old?
then
Oh, sorry.
it's just and then you step in shit.
And then you step in shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and they even know this because you can see the old Goofy movie. It's not a movie; it's just a short animated. As soon as he steps into the car, he changes from happy Goofy to just yelling at everybody, and it's everybody's fault. And as soon as he gets out, he's back to happy again.
Yeah. Blowing a fuse, eh?
Yep. How many people haven't at someone else, and it has nothing to do with them that the line is standing still?
Say again. Say it
Push the
slower a
horn.
bit.
Push the
Okay.
horn
Yeah.
when you're in a line, and it has nothing to do with the person in front of you that the line is standing still.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like the bean just checked out,
Yep.
you know? When anger, fear, sadness, everything, right? Like the bean's checked out until like you come back to presence. And sometimes it takes a long time.
Yeah, because you're late for work and the line ain't moving.
Yeah.
Right? All those
It has
things
nothing to
out
do with you.
there,
It's not.
all the
Yeah.
things out there.
Yep. And I probably even don't know what it is to be in a big line over here because there may be 5 minutes or so in Denmark with a population of under 6 million, and you got New York with a population 12 million in just one city. I can imagine the lines that could be there. Oh,
Oh,
oh.
yeah.
It changes who you are.
If you let it, right?
Well, it does. I mean, it, yes. I mean, even, I mean,
I mean, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, a flawless day, right? Like everything was working super well. You know, I was doing good time and then I had like 3 stop left. And then one is a new one. So I'm noticing that, oh, the road is closed. oh, okay, no worries. Like I'll just go around and then like, you know, and and I can pick up that one. I go around the road. Oh, they're doing the pavement here. Oh, well, that's great. All right, so turn around, you know, and then it's a truck, right? Like it's not a car. Like I cannot just like turn on a dime. So I back up all the way. I even asked the guys, I was like, well, I got like a couple bins in the alley. Like, do you think I can pick them up? And they're like, wow, it's completely blocked off. Can't. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I believe I know the road pretty well. So I go around another way. Oh, it's just one way here. Oh, I can't get to it again. And then like you're talking about like 20 minutes, right? I'm getting pretty frustrated at this point. Like, oh my God, like, and then like because I got a truck, it takes a lot of room. Now people are trying to go around me and I'm trying to go the other way. And I'm like, well, if you let me go, like I create some space and then you can turn. No, no, no. Like everybody's trying to go around me and you know, and I'm like, oh my God, like, and like in my mind, I'm just like, I'm just gonna fucking skip it this one. Like, you know, like it's I'll work. And then like the other mind is like, no, 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 no. Like, you know, you want to do your job right. You know, it's you know, just take the time. You got a little bit of time, and then I'm like, oh, okay, all right, let's try one more time. You know, and then like seriously, to pick up like a couple bins, like half an hour of turning around and stuff, and it was just like, yeah, not perfect still. You know, the
Well,
frustration took over, took the
they were
space away.
they were doing the road just to annoy you, Pascal.
Yeah, and then like yeah, I had to ask myself, how's it for me? How's it for me? How's it for me? Like, oh, that anger, right? Like that anger, like, and I was breathing through it. I was breathing through it, and eventually, like, it started dissipating, and I'm like, okay, all right, you know. So I brought my bean back online, you know, and then like finished my day, everything was fine, right? And didn't bring it up at home or nothing, right? Just kind of so yeah,
It was a test,
it
Pascal.
was
It
a
was
test, that's for
test of
sure.
you and your will. The
Yeah,
darkness is there to serve the light.
absolutely, always.
Yeah.
Even though you don't see it at that point.
And I can only say, you came out on top.
Or on the side.
What in between? You can go wherever you want to be.
Yeah.
A great story, Pascal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Reminds me of, yeah, it's like frustrations. Like, you find that with crowds, right? You know, frustrations, shortness, and it's like really takes a lot of practice, right? To stay calm, because that's all we're looking at is the space between calm and anger. It's just noticing the difference.
Yeah.
And it's the funny thing is like my intuition knew. That's the funniest thing. And I was like, oh no, 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 no. I'm gonna go this way instead.
Yeah.
It's so
It was,
crazy because like I was like, oh yeah, what if it's closed and I can't go around it? Right? And then like, no, no, let's just try it. Like, you know, like
Yeah. It's like which
let's
voice is which?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, I mean, they're not easy to tell apart.
No.
Nope.
You can only tell afterwards, like
Yeah,
after the
exactly.
fact.
It was very subtle, right? Like it's just like I had a hint
Yep,
that it
yep,
was like, oh, this is the way I should have gone. But
yep.
And
no, no,
if you
no.
had
Just
taken the other road the first time, well, you would have missed the experience of all the other stuff.
exactly. It's true. It's true. And now I see the gift in it, right? That it
Yeah,
brought the anger in me, and then like I had to breathe through it, and then
it
dissipate
was,
it.
it was testing your patience.
Oh, was it ever?
And you did it.
I did it! I'm still
Yeah, pat yourself on the back.
alive!
You did it.
Oh my goodness.
You picked up the trash and made them happy.
Compost. Compost. Thanks. Listen.
Compost.
Compost.
Oh, yeah, but
It sounds like
compost,
fighting words.
Yeah.
compost.
Well, most of the time it's garbage, but yeah. It's supposed to be
So,
compost.
so they're calling it something new now. It's because they
No,
made those different trash bins now. It's not like in the old days where it's just every trash thing goes in one thing now. You got the green one, the middle one, the blah blah, and you pick up the green one.
Yeah, I pick up the green one.
Yeah.
This is the
Oh, it's just you have such a fine way of saying it. In Denmark is just coloring.
yeah. Apparently, we're doing good for the planet.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part. That's why
And
I took
yesterday
this
you did
job.
a great thing.
that's what it takes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all we can do. We can only do what we can do for it.
Yeah.
Even if you have a big company that's all green, well, it depends on the workers there if they're doing their part to support your company doing its part, because you're not doing much. You're just sitting on
Yep.
top writing the
That's the being aspect of working.
yeah.
It's like that's the magic that companies have been trying to unlock. And here's the problem is that I think they've been telling them what to do,
Ooh.
right? How well do we enjoy that, even at an unconscious level, being told what to do? It drives us away. We do the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah. Because that's what we learned when we were young.
Yeah, right. So
We were so
yeah,
good at it.
we're
Yeah,
so good at it.
the sign says no walking on the grass. Let's play football. We're
Yeah,
not
right.
walking, we're playing football, you idiot.
It's the best grass to do it in, right? It's like,
Yeah. You
don't put a sign up there, right?
Yeah, you
you
go
should have put a
hiking and they
sign up,
say
dog
like
shit all over the grass.
you
Nobody
go
would walk on
hiking
it.
and they say stay on the trail. Nobody does.
Nobody does it then. Take the scenic route. No, 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 that's way too dangerous. Oh,
And if you are, you're a complier.
Yeah,
yeah.
you miss out on all the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Of
So that you
course,
never win.
if they tell us
No.
to stick to the road, of course there'll be something exciting outside the road. Of course, it has to be that way. Our
Yeah.
curiosity. Humans are funny.
We
So
are.
the boss is supposed to be the bean, and the worker is the mind.
Workers are the doing. It's like in a hive. The queen bee lays egg, the rest of them do the work.
Right.
Yeah, see, CEO sets the bean, the strategy, the vision, the direction. Everyone else goes into action.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now the
But
compass gets picked up by Pascal.
that's right. And he has
The rest. Yeah.
and he brings his being of passion to it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
There's so many levels of the being. It's that the space that create new spaces.
Well, he shows up for work, right? He's there when he needs to be. He doesn't
Hmm.
have very many problems. They can trust him, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's like yeah, he's just a exceptionally average guy.
Yeah. A good worker, they call him.
And they leave
Ah,
you alone, right?
Yeah. 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 It's true.
And they just
And if
throw
they
money
ask
at
me an
you.
extra thing, if they ask me an extra thing to do, like, oh, well, can you pick up this one? I'm like, yeah, for sure, no problem, right? But if I go like, oh my God, like seriously, boss, like seriously, like, like, no, 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 I can't do that, right? Like, then I'm sure you'll ask me again. You'll push my button, right?
yep.
But because I'm like, yeah, yeah, it happens like every blue moon, right? It's an opportunity to to check where I'm at, right? To test me. Oh, I'm still like in check. Good.
That's the way he finds the
See you
good
next.
workers.
See you in 3 months, right?
The workers he can count on when it really needs being done. Well, who do I know will get this done who's in the area? Oh, Pascal. Pascal, can you? Yes, of course I can. I didn't even ask him, but I can do it.
Yep, that's a version of yes and.
Yeah.
Yes and anything else?
And
But
of
don't
course,
ask me anything today though.
and of course, a good leader don't exploit that because then at sometimes you'll get tired of being asked if it's every second day. Of course, you'd like the schedule before you go out,
Yeah.
but so he only does it when he actually really needs something done that's in your area. So it's also good management,
Mm.
not exploiting the compliant worker. Hmm.
So the other day, like, I'm the split driver between two routes. Right? So they call me like almost like I'm the, how would I say it? It's like I kind of pick up the trash between the two, right? Like, so I pick up the slack.
Compost.
I pick up the slack.
The compost, not the trash.
And then, so one guy came to, well, because like I mentioned, I was like, in the meeting, they asked that we change every bags in every bin. And I know I do it, right? But I noticed then when I'm the split driver, then like not everybody does it. So I approached one driver because I have a pretty good understanding that he's not, but like I'm not gonna point finger. I'm just gonna say, oh, were you in vacation, lately? Because like I feel like, there's someone that's not changing the bag very much. And then I just said like, well, just for your understanding, the way I operate, I change every bag, but like if there's one little bag inside, then like, and there's no hole in it, then I don't change it. Right? That's the only time I don't. And he was like, oh, yeah. Same. So I'm like, okay, good. So like about 2 weeks later, he comes to me and he was like, how am I doing? And I'm like, well, did you change every bag in every bin? Because like he improved, he definitely improved. And I was like, well, if you did, then you did. Like you don't have to ask me like how you're doing. No, and then you only serve yourself, right? So like if you're slacking in this work, well, you'll be slacking in every part of your life. Like it's just the way it is, right? Like so if you're lazy in one side of your life, then you'll be lazy everywhere, right? So and I really start to understand that. So yeah, like before I got really kind of angry with that, and I'm like, you know what? It's their own issue. It's not mine, and I was kind of taking it on myself, and I'm like, wow, he didn't change the bag, like, oh, should I just like call my boss and start taking pictures and this and that, right? But I'm like, yeah, and then this morning they still brought it up in the meeting. And yeah, eventually, like, if people are not changing the bags, then they might get reprimanded and stuff, but it won't be me, right? Like I won't. So
You're
yeah,
doing your part.
yeah. I'm
And
not saying I'm perfect either, right?
but it was a good
but
thing that you weren't reprimanding him, but you were actually giving him a helping hand 14 days ahead.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
knows
and
that
that's
it wasn't him the reprimandation was to either, because he knows that he's been changing the bags now.
right. Yeah, and
So
yesterday I did this route, and today too, and then like, yeah, there's a 1 year in there, right?
it
But my
happens.
issue was like when they leave the bag, and then like it's been so hot, so like it gets really sticky, and it almost melts with the plastic of the bin. So they're
Mm.
really hard to remove afterwards. So that was really my complaint. But see, like, don't have to judge. You don't have to like, you don't have to go on the war on like changing bags, right?
The war of the compost. Dun dun dun.
I don't have to bring that person like in front of my boss, be like, yeah, it's him. you know, no, right? Put him in jail. Right? Yeah, now
Guilty,
I'm gonna
guilty.
really straight him up, right? Like,
No, you
yeah,
told him and he straightened himself out.
yeah, exactly.
So you allowed him to actually make a change in his own life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the darkness always served the light. Mm.
Yeah,
Funny how it works, eh?
yeah.
But
And
when
funny
you
that little
don't see it that way, then like you think like, oh, it's just gonna get darker and darker and darker.
and funny that little change you helped him do may change his entire life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he might not even realizing it, right?
No,
Probably not.
that's the best work done during one's lifetime. It's the work that none of the people you affect realize you have affected them.
Yeah.
It's just pure positive energy.
That's why like the only work we have to do is wake up ourselves.
Yep.
Be present with ourselves and lead by example.
Yeah.
Because we know when we get told what to do, then we don't do it. We already mentioned that.
Yeah, that's a no-no. No telling what to do. Showing
And
them what
Kai,
to
Kai,
do.
Kai is a beautiful example of that too. You
He's the purest example of it. No, I don't want to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Bath time. Wow. Where's Kai? Oh, he ran.
Yeah. I'm supposed to put your diaper. Not supposed to run naked all around the house. Why not? Oh, it was so cute. It was yesterday or the day before. Like he starts saying, baby, baby. It was just like, oh my God. It warms my heart. It's so cool.
And then when he turns 6 and he's been in kindergarten and he learned some nasty word. Where did you learn that word? I haven't said that.
Right. Yeah.
Then the cuteness is gone with the
The
words.
cuteness is, yeah.
And most of the time they don't even know what the words mean. Even my son who's 18 says some word and then I ask him, what does that word actually mean?
Mm. And where did you pick up that word, right?
Oh, he's been told he had it. So you believe everything everybody says? Well, I can tell myself I'm a millionaire. That doesn't make me a millionaire.
Mm.
Just because other people say you are doesn't mean you are. No. But that's something
And
we normally learn the hard way.
yeah, and then the same thing apply like even people are not saying you're millionaire, or like they say you're poor, but you might be rich
Yeah.
in a different way.
Yeah.
Right? It might not show as a physical thing,
No.
but you
May
feel
not
so full
show in my
inside.
bank account. May not show in my
Yeah,
bank account.
it won't show in your bank account.
It shows nothing.
It shows nothing. The
In
balance
more
is
than one
zero.
way. In more than one way.
That's being self-sufficient, right? If your bank account says zero, and then you're still alive, then you're self-sufficient.
I don't think it's reached zero for a long time, but it haven't reached the other end either. But
The other
as
end,
long
yeah.
as long as I'm alive and I'm enjoying life right now, I don't really care what it says because it shows nothing about me
Hmm.
other than some numbers.
Yeah, you're not attached to it.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wouldn't say the same for me like before. Now I don't care as much. I still care, but I don't care as much. But before it was all I care about.
Because that's what
So
you're told to care about.
yeah. And what I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
I got told and then I believe it.
Yeah.
I took that.
And when I think about it, your dad actually showed you it wasn't that way.
Mm.
Hmm. Ooh, a realization. Hmm.
Mm. Oh, Heinz is very wise.
Yeah, God has to be. He sees everything. Although
Yes.
he doesn't understand much, that's why he has all the people in the world doing stuff to get experience.
Mhm.
Hmm.
To understand himself, he
Yeah.
yeah, he sent pieces of himself to understand himself. So same as us that we have experience to learn about ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Like we get like an experience, like, my experience like yesterday, and I get angry. Now I learn that there's still anger in myself.
And then you learned that you're still getting way more in control of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So one perspective led to a new perspective that led to where you are now with two new perspectives. I think we're back to the being and doing again.
Yeah, back to the circle, eh?
Yeah. And that's life. That's why they call it the circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not fully a circle, it's more like an ellipse or something, I think. Not think, I feel. Because life is sequential, so it's gotta be moving somewhere. It moves from nowhere through somewhere to anywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
Nowhere to somewhere to everywhere. Mm.
It's like the nothing through something through to everything.
From nothing. So that's where I think thoughts come from, right? Like, why do we have thoughts? It's like we bringing something from nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get thoughts because we got space, right?
Yeah.
There's a little space that created, and then oh, you get an insight. You get
A new experience.
how do you compare an insight to a thought? Like how do you know it's a thought versus an insight?
Well, I'd flip it and say ego in higher self message.
Yeah. Intuition or thinking.
That's right. There you go. Those three things is like that's the $1 million question.
And how do you know what is what? Well, it is, you just know. You have no proof of knowing. That's just that knowing, you know.
Well,
Mm.
you learn to feel the yeses of each, the nos of each.
Mm,
So it gets back
and
to like learning about yourself.
Yep.
yeah. And with each new experience, we get better and better at
Yep. Practice makes
it. Yeah.
better.
And sometimes we won't like the practice because how can this happen to me?
That's right. That's right. What matters is how long we stay there.
Yeah. It's not about what's happening. It's about how you deal with it.
Yep.
The
And you
being and the
can deal
doing.
with it. And you can deal with it alone, which is slow and takes forever, or deal with it in a group, which is much more fun
Yep.
and faster.
Hmm.
And you get so many more possibilities because you got so much more perspective.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
all about it's all about stretching. Yep, that
Yep.
power of stretching.
Yep.
Like leveraging an already stretched rubber band. We're ready to go. We're locked and loaded. It's momentum, right? Momentum
Mm.
is the problem, like with the judger, right? Remember how we said how much the judger is there, right? It's like we have the judger on one hand and we have the being, if you will, like the intuition on the other hand, and they're playing tug of war.
Mm.
And you're the rope.
That's right. And it's like that's our life. There's no momentum one way or the other until we can
It just
start to see and be like, oh, let's change that judger, right? Let's listen to it and let's flip it. So it's not a judger, but it's more of a acceptor, right? A listener. It's a compassion. It's like, oh, let's flip that script. And now we can build momentum in the direction of what we want rather than a tug of war.
Mm.
Yeah, we can allow it as it is.
Exactly. And is and isn't and the difference between them. So it's the isness between them. And you can feel a soul's yes, and you can feel in a take it personal yes. And sometimes I just assume that um, I look at how my pattern would play out, and that reveals uh, the side that's causing the biggest friction. So mine is not good enough, right? So it's like I know I'm not good enough. That means I need to prove. So I'll look at it through the not good enough lens, looking for what is it I'm trying to prove, or what am I trying to get from that approval.
The goal. Mm.
Yeah, it takes a lot of different things to try. There's not like there's a recipe that works.
Mm.
No, that's the recipe we gotta figure out for ourselves.
That's right. It's our own creative strategy. It's our own creative limits. It's our own creation is that we're exploring with. We're giving ourselves the permission to explore it.
And we gotta do what plays to our powers, not our
That's right.
weaknesses.
That's right. We play to our powers, build that power momentum.
Yep.
And it's like being powerful is doing power.
Mm.
You know, we have to be
And
careful with that
and
one because power.
how do we get our power back?
By allowing ourselves to be
Right.
ourselves.
And I think we have to acknowledge what power is for each of us. Because my automatic for power is dominance, but my
Mm.
truth in power is choice.
Ooh.
M- Mine is not reacting.
Mm. What is my power?
You don't.
I'm observant.
Don't look for it. Don't look for it. You don't.
The
That's
power,
society what they told us, right?
the power of creation.
Yeah, it can be whatever you want and it can change.
Yeah.
And who am I to judge you for yours? Like we think of the judgment and it's like, well, why? Jeez.
I know. Oh my God.
Yes, to make ourselves feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is really what we want.
Yeah, that pointing the finger. Look at him not doing what I can do.
Yep, yep.
I'm so great.
I mean, and that's just a society pattern that we're unaware of. Mm. I'd say we're aware of it, but mm, I
It's
don't
still
know,
a
think
pattern.
we understand. I don't think we understand the consequences of it as a creator.
Mm. Yeah, it creates more distance than it creates bridges.
Yep, yep. Divided, right?
Always separation. Yeah.
Separation, yep. Scarcity, fear, dominance.
Yeah, look out for number one yourself.
Yep, yep,
Being right.
yep. Angry, all, I mean, it feeds all of them.
Yeah.
Those are all my quality.
But your best ones too, aren't they, Pascal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I master those.
Well, yeah.
Now it's time to
Man.
master something else.
Well, I just try to balance it.
Mm.
Master sounds like so much work to do.
I
That's just
can't
the
start
space.
over.
That's the space you make up, Heinz.
Yeah. I'm on vacation this lifetime, so master sounds way out of
There you go.
it. Sounds like way too much work to be on vacation. No, no, no. Let me just enjoy being here and talking with you guys, doing what I do, and yeah, just being me.
Maybe that's why you got that shoulder pain, to
That's
remind
gone.
you, oh, maybe it's not a complete vacation.
Man, Pascal sure wants to fix you, Heinz.
Yeah.
Oh no, it sounds like going to the vet. It sounds really nasty. I've seen dogs run from that to be fixed.
I thought it sounds like blocking.
Ooh, ooh, that sounds even worse. It's a
Don't be
constant
afraid of the
thing,
block.
and you do it
Be.
voluntarily.
Don't be afraid of the block. Be the block.
Oh,
Merge with the block. Mm,
oh,
there you go.
sounds dangerous.
Uh,
That's maybe merging with resistance.
I'm a
mhm.
real boy. I'm a real boy. No Pinocchio here, merging with the block. Oh,
Allison, were you like listening in the background the whole time?
No, I was meditating. I'm sorry because I'm just so tired this morning.
Oh, no worries. Whatever your body needs, right?
we need one of those days too. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
been there, done that. Even slept through the meeting. But you had such a great way of saying it. I meditated. Well, I just sleep.
I just snore.
Yeah,
No. I was meditating. Deep meditation. That's how it sounds.
yeah.
Who are you to judge me?
Well, I do.
Right?
The one time I actually realized when we were doing the meeting, I had put it on silent, but I was just lying there and sort of drifting, but I wasn't sleeping. I was listening, And I realized, oh my God, my breath is really. It's when I breathe when I lie in a certain way. It starts when I get relaxed enough.
Mm.
And I wasn't even sleeping that time. I was wondering, oh my God, I'm snoring when I ain't sleeping even. That's being
Oh,
present with snoring.
it's happened to me too many times, Heinz. Same experience. We share it exactly.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh, am I snoring? I am.
But I ain't
Yeah, and
sleeping. How
I
can I be
defend it.
snoring?
I defend it. No, I
That's right.
wasn't.
That's right. Defend it. Defend it.
I would be
Well,
I would be more worried to hear
defending.
Pascal snoring now.
Uh, sorry, Heinz.
I would be more worried if we heard Pascal snoring right now.
Hey, I'm
Yes.
just meditating.
Yeah, while driving a car.
Yeah,
Oh, at first,
yeah.
sorry. With not trash, compost.
I told you when you close your two eyes, you open the third one. Simple.
Mhm.
That's all we're doing is opening that third one, Heinz, that third eye.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
and it's really tiresome to open that one.
No, that's when it does its best work.
In the background, eh?
Yeah. So
Behind the
it was like
closed eyes.
the defender came up, right? The defender. It's like, oh yeah, so if we're not judging, we're defending.
Mm.
Ooh.
So that's the reciprocal side of it, right? Defender, which is also like a justifying our action or doing.
Oh, we play the victim. That's another one.
Yeah, that's definitely that
Mm.
too, right? That's one of the choices.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm no victim.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
That's good. So it's like, okay, what role am I taking?
Mm.
What role am I identifying with? And the role, and then it's like,
That's the ego then, right?
what's that?
That's the ego.
Yeah,
Then you know
that's the
the
ego.
ego.
Ooh.
Yeah, the role's the ego.
You don't want to tell the ego that.
You don't want to tell the ego that.
That's your fault.
It has nothing to do with me. Yeah.
Funny creature, eh?
Mm.
Holy shit. Oh, do we make it so complicated, but it's so simple?
Mm.
Well, it can't be that simple.
Hey, who's talking?
That's right, because I've spent all that money for everyone to tell me how to fix myself. And it's been all inside me the whole time.
Mm.
And I've been driving all these places, eh?
Yeah.
Spending time,
Yeah.
wasting time,
No, 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 it's not wasting.
spending,
You were
spending.
just learning how not to do it, maybe.
Hmm.
Either consuming or investing, Pascal.
Yeah, yeah, it's like I got to this road and it was a roadblock. So I turn around and I got to another roadblock. And then I got turned around and another roadblock. So now like the four corners are blocked. So what's left to do?
Right back.
Just sit
Mm.
and look inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what happened, right? Like when you say a physical ailment, right? Like you go see one doctor, you go see another doctor, you go to a chiropractor, you go to a physiotherapist, you go to a massage therapist, you go to acupuncture, you go to energy work, and then you're like, there's nothing. It doesn't work, right? Like you get just a very small relief, and then it comes back online, and it's kind of just telling you, okay, look inside.
Be
Or it might
open.
be just the feeling, like and it might bring that frustration, right? After like going doctor to doctor, and then you breathe through that frustration,
Mm.
and then you dissipate it, and then oh, the ailment is gone. Weird how it works, eh?
Mm. When you sit in the middle, you also need to have the intention of being open and curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the intention. Can't forget that one.
Mm-hmm. Very bad.
Funny, yesterday I saw something about birthmarks, that it's how you died in your last lifetime. Well, when I look at my body, I can see it took all of my left body, but nothing really hit the right side.
Oh,
So probably why the left arm is affected. It's a hangover from the last time around.
Hmm.
and where did you get that shit?
I don't know, and I don't care. It was the last lifetime. I was doing something way more important than having a holiday.
But how do we know it's true, right? That it's from a previous, it sounds good, right? Like
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense to the mind, right? Like, oh yeah, that's it. I got a mark, or I got a crushed spine because of my last life, right? But is it true?
Well, if it works, it works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like what works and what doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah,
See,
I have a big one.
complexity in simplicity.
I have one in my left eyebrow, the same as my son had.
Oh, that one I can tell you. Let me just tune in.
Shot to the head.
Mm, you got a knife. You got a
No,
knife into the left eye,
no, 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 no,
and
no,
you say it's the right.
no.
Oh, I'm a psychic. I'm a psychic. I tell you. I tell you. Certify. Certify. I'll tell you what's wrong with your body, right? Hmm. Yeah, joking around, but yeah, it could be. true, right? Like that all the marks on your body that from a previous life, or like kind of an echo or a residue from it, or
Oh, I lost you guys. My network was changing to mobile. I don't know why. Let me see if the Wi-Fi is not on
oh,
here.
you missed the silence again.
Oh no!
Can't believe you. Feel we expand in a lot of direction today. Eh?
Yeah, and it always came back to sort of the same, going around.
Yeah,
around.
exactly. The being and then the doing.
Yeah.
Then you know
Very
that you've got,
interesting.
yeah, but then you know that you've got a template for something when that happens. You've got a map.
Yeah, full coverage. Which means we get way more perspective than half coverage.
You're judging the half, Hans.
What?
Yeah, judge.
No. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not judging or not judging or anything. I'm just saying that's the way it is. Being truthful, I think it's called.
You're just assuming better is
Yeah,
better.
yeah. I know best. You all know that.
You're
I may
judging
not
the
be right,
untrue.
but I do know best.
You're judging the untrue.
Now you're judging.
I'm not judging. I'm gonna fight over it. I'm not a judger. Then you're an angry person.
No. You're just in denial.
Oh, now I'm judging.
But there is a difference. There's a difference between judging and discerning, right? And just observing and calling something for what it is.
Yeah.
It's the way we speak, I believe, right? Like
Yeah.
the way we communicate. The yes and
Yeah,
yes but.
correct. And so that speaks to what you are being in that time, in that moment in time, where you're coming from.
And what you're doing with that being.
Well, your doing is what you're verbalizing and paying attention to. And that comes from the being. Like in that moment, do you feel good enough? And if your being is aligned and you have all of you available to you, or you're allowing all of you to be available to you, then your doing and your speaking is very different to when you're not aligned.
Mm. Like that. Then we got a whole new perspective on the doing and the being. Allison's perspective, or Allison's words of explaining the perspective. It was sort of the same we were saying, just with different words.
It's a lot of my just also talking through it. Don't know that I've got the answer to it, but I just speak to what, you speak to your own logic, right?
Mm. Like that. That's what it is with every one of us. We can only speak from our point of view.
Mm-hmm. And in that sharing, then they're connections.
Yeah.
And we borrow from each other.
Mm.
And if I think of all the concepts that we've used over the 2 years,
The
it's a lot.
concept, what?
All the concepts that we've used, and use Annette's word, noodled over the last 2 years with Jessie.
Yeah, we've been noodling.
Yeah. My thoughts exactly, Pascal. We've been noodling. I like that word a lot. But I always liked learning new words. It's sort of expanding my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we grow.
I think so.
That's one way, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
great catch, Pascal. Great catch.
You also expand enormously by listening to music or playing it, probably even more so.
Or painting, or watching paintings.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's
And
all
right.
energy.
Yep.
And the more we create or consume, the more perspective we'll get.
More experience.
Mm. Yeah, the
Because without
experience.
experience is not really knowing.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the experience of hearing a great song for the first time.
Mm.
Just like Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that. Oh my God, the chills running down one's back and everything.
Okay, guys, I've got to drag myself away. I'm going to have a
It sounds hard, Allison.
That
It
sounds
does.
like a drag.
I don't like leaving in the morning.
That sounds like a
Thank you
drag.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Have
you,
a-
Have a,
Allison.
have a
Yeah,
Have a
blessed day,
great
thank you.
day.
everyone.
Thank
Bye
you,
all.
Jess.
Bye-bye.
Bye.